Hi, my name is Emily, and this is how I created a video game in 3 days for the game jam Ludum Dare. For those of you guys who don't know, Ludum Dare is a 2 or 3 day event where you make a video game from scratch for a certain theme. The theme is chosen and voted on by the participants, and this year's theme was Deeper and Deeper. Nothing on Twitter yet? Oh my god, wait, it started. The game jam started.
Oh, deeper and deeper.
Oh.
It could have been worse.
I'm literally so disappointed, you guys. The very first thing that we did, of course, is brainstorm. So for our concept, we decided that our interpretation of deeper and deeper meant deeper and deeper in time. So we had this idea where the main character would meet past generations in a train, and with each train car, it would be deeper and deeper into the past. We wanted a more interesting mechanic than simply walking around in a train, so we also decided to add mini games. The story behind our game is that our main character, May, has recently lost her mom, and through that loss, she's also lost the recipes that her mom would make her. Our main character is Chinese, and it is now her birthday. And the big thing with Chinese culture is that you're supposed to eat a dish called longevity noodles on your birthday, except now the main character can't because she doesn't have her mom's recipe. Thus, she is transported on this train to learn more about herself and grief, learn the recipe, and also complete cooking mini games throughout, which would be making the noodles. In our Google Doc, we made an overview of which ancestor would be on which train, also which minigame would be in each train, and then we also made a list of art assets that we would need. Okay, we got our great idea, and now we actually have to just, make it happen in 72 hours. My role was I was the project manager / team lead and writer, so I got to work. I write in this program called Twine, which is a platform for interactive fiction, and it's a great way for coders and just anyone to be able to visualize your branching paths of dialogue. As you can see, I organized my Twine file by which character I am talking to and which train they are in. A couple issues that I definitely ran into in the writing process was that there was a bunch of side characters and they were all meant to teach her about grief, so I was having a lot of trouble giving different personalities to each side character. I was also going through major writing block, so I was feeling uninspired when I really did not have the time to afford to be. To speak a little bit about what the other departments were doing at this time, Julia, one of our artists, found this really cute color palette that we decided to go for because we thought it would add a moody tone to our game. We had Caroline, our UI artist, and Kelvin come up with the cooking mini games. So here is an early iteration of our chopping mini game. We had one about washing your hands. Here is one about boiling water for noodles. Here's one about frying, and we also had one about combining ingredients. We also decided that stacking the dialogue options versus having them side by side would be better. Julia was in charge of doing the line art and animations for each character, Izzy was in charge of coloring that, and Jamie was in charge of doing all the backgrounds. Johnny, our programmer, was focused on getting the dialogue system working, and Richard, our other programmer, was more focused on the minigames. Kaya worked on making gorgeous piano music and sound effects, which were just chef's kiss. I really wanted to elevate my narrative's immersion, so we decided to add voice acting. Calvin and I directed this, and Calvin was in charge of cleaning up the audio. While most of our game is text-based, I thought that having an ending that is voice acted would surprise the player and connect them even further to our story. Also, fun fact, while our main character's name is May, we actually had a voice actress named May, but she didn't play May, she played the mother. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to myself. While I definitely did not program this game, I did go in Unity and add some particle effects. Now came the most grueling part of this game jam, which fell on the programmers. Basically, they had to put everything together. A huge props to them because Sunday night, me and the programmers stayed up until 5 a.m. working on this project. We essentially worked the entirety of the jam as we submitted with less than 10 minutes remaining. I worked on setting up our Ludum Dare and itch page to make sure that we had a proper description and that our game was basically advertised properly. Our game ended up being wholesome and cute with a heartwarming story. Here are our results of the jam. I wanted to say that I'm incredibly proud of this project and my team. This is definitely the best game jam game I have ever made. So much so that we actually decided to turn our game, A Taste of the Past, into a more polished version that we would end up releasing on Steam and re-releasing on itch. To hear updates about that, you can actually follow our Twitter, Saundering Studio, and as well as join our Discord. Both links are going to be in the description. Thank you so much for watching this video, and let me know if you're interested in seeing more game development videos. If so, what would you want to see?